Hi, I'm John from USCT Motorsports, and today we're going to look at our Mopar A-body drive-by-wire pedal bracket, USCT 1M2083. I'm going to show you what comes in the box, how to put it together, and this is the Mopar Gen3 Hemi throttle pedal position switch sensor. This is your gas pedal, drive-by-wire, so there's no actual cable connection to this. This one's the Chrysler part number 04861716AF. There's a couple of these, some that cross over to this one, but this is the typical one that everybody uses, somewhat generic. We're going to put this onto the pedal and show you how it works. So let me start by opening up the box and show you what comes inside the box. And we have these available for the A-body, the B-body, and the E-body. This one's the A-body one. Comes with a card that gets you to our catalog and the instructions, and also a sticker for your car. And these come shrink wrapped together. The A-body has 3 pieces and some hardware. We use grade 8 quarter 20 fasteners. The A-body has 3 parts. There's what we call an upper pedal bracket. There's the lower pedal bracket. This is the part that bolts onto your firewall. And then this bracket bolts on from the inside the engine compartment, and it goes over. There's a rib in the factory engine compartment that covers the rib, and that just adds some strength to the firewall, so when you step on the pedal it doesn't move at all. And it comes with all grade 8 quarter 20 fasteners. I'm just going to take a couple of these apart and install the pedal onto the upper pedal bracket. Oops. Try that again. Install the pedal onto the upper pedal bracket. And we recommend that you put these on just finger tight until you get everything all put together and adjusted, because there's a couple of options here in terms of where you want to mount these pedals. The holes are slotted so you can get a little bit of range of motion. So just put them on finger tight, and then once you're done, you can come back and snug them up. And these, believe it or not, quarter 20 grade 8 fasteners only need 9 foot-pounds of torque. So not a lot. And we recommend just 1 drop of blue Loctite on these, just to hold it in place once you get it put all together. If you use red Loctite, you have to use heat to get it apart. And not a good spot to be in with a blowtorch inside your car in the interior. So now I'm just going to bolt this upper pedal bracket to the lower bracket. And these are pretty similar. A-body, B-body, E-body. The upper brackets are all the same. Pedal goes on the same. There's a couple of choices in terms of where you want to mount this lower. There's 2 different pivot points. Where you start doesn't really matter. Pick one, put the bolt in there. And if you need to change the range of motion, you can use the other pivot point. Put that on. And then you have a selection. There's options to pick up top. I always go for the middle in terms of the range, the sweep. Put that on like that. Put the washer on. Put it on. And quarter 20 fasteners all use 7/16 hardware. And although we have a wrench here, there's no need to use a wrench at this point. We're just putting them on finger tight. So that's mounted backwards. I'll take this off. Mount it the correct way. I put that on there upside down. Sorry about that. This actually goes on this way. So that when you bolt this to the firewall, this will be the pedal that you want to step on. And now I do the same thing. I pick about the middle range as a starting point for my upper mount. And once you put these on there with 9 foot-pounds of torque and a little bit of blue Loctite if you like, these will never move. they get pretty strong even just by putting it up by hand. So that's what the pedal assembly looks like with your pedal mounted, and that's going to go on the firewall. And these different pivot points and this range of motion lets you change where exactly the pedal is going to sit. And that may vary a little bit depending on the exact seat that you have in your car and whether you want it reclined or forward, whether you have a 4-speed or whether you have an automatic. You may want the gas pedal slightly different spot. This gives you a different range and sweep. So now we're going to use the last 2 pieces of hardware, and we're going to mount this in the car you see behind me, this green Dart. All right, stay with me. Welcome back. I'm inside the 70 Dart, and I have a helper in the engine compartment. Turns out a lot easier on these because of the backing plate to have a helper. This backing plate bolts on at the firewall where the pedal bracket assembly is going to go. There's a rib here, and this covers the throttle cable holes that were there originally. This is going to go on the other side, on the firewall side. Dan's going to hold that for us, and I'm going to put this pedal assembly in those same 2 holes. Preload the hardware in there, and then hold it all together while we bolt it together with the backing plate from the firewall side. Just go through the holes right like that. And then Dan's just putting the plate on the other side, and it will show you when we're done how it covers up that rib that's there. And then Dan's just putting on a washer and a nut on the 2 bolts that I'm holding. And they don't have to be super tight. We're just going to, again, putting them on there for test fit. So once you have it all together, now you can see how the pedal moves, and make sure that you've got enough clearance at the bottom. I picked the middle range, and I would say with carpet, I'd probably going to touch on this car. It doesn't hit the floor, but there's no carpet in here. With carpet, it might touch a little bit. So you may want to angle this back, but those are all options that'll depend on your exact car. And that's it. This is installed, not final tuned up, and we haven't tightened it and we haven't put the Loctite on, but that's the basics. And thanks for watching. We just installed a new drive-by-wire pedal bracket, and that's the inside the car view. And as I promised, I'm now going to show you the view in the engine compartment, and that is the firewall bracket that braces the firewall just a little bit, just enough so that when you push on that pedal, you don't have any deflection in the firewall. It's pretty strong. Because of that, the factory put a rib in there to add some strength. We put the rib in the backing plate, and that completes our install. Well, thanks for watching our first in a series of the USCT Motorsports instructional videos. This one was the Mopar A-body drive-by-wire pedal bracket you saw me install in the car. You can find that and all of our other products on www.usctmotorsports.com. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.